Kita bisa melihat para pemain sudah bersiap-siap berada di lapangan dan langsung saja kami mengajak Anda.
Determining factor though, it makes this the most demanding physical and mental test for both these teams that they face so far in the competition.
We've both struggled walking up hills in this city over the last 3 weeks. The distance covered by teams in this stadium has been the lowest of any in the tournament so far. Number of sprints down as well. Not too much can be expected physically. How can England adapt? How can Mexico take advantage? Strap yourselves in, everyone. One of the games of the tournament so far. In what might be a last ever World Cup match in this footballing shrine, Mexico play their biggest ever game within these walls. England looking to banish ghosts of 1986 in what is a bucket list trip for all of their fans here today. Both desperate to reach a quarter-final tie with Norway. Stuck here with the England goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. England getting booed with every touch, understandably so, in this very passionate partisan crowd. Even the music before kick-off was getting booed every time an English song was played on the airwaves.
Yeah, the atmosphere absolutely electric. It is spine-tingling, but for the players, of course,
Ok,
they've
c'est
got to
bon, je suis là.
enjoy this
Donc,
atmosphere.
du coup,
Don't be
on est
beaten
là
down
pour
by
le
it. Can they play their natural game under these really unique
18e match de la Coupe
circumstances?
du Monde qu'on va commenter. Donc Mexique, Angleterre en 8e de finale pour une grande place en quart de finale. Le Mexique qui a toutes ses chances contre l'Angleterre, tandis que l'Angleterre va vouloir essayer de gagner cette Coupe du Monde. On va voir maintenant qu'est-ce qui va se passer. Le match qui a déjà commencé d'ailleurs. Et il y aurait une faute déjà sur un joueur mexicain apparemment, c'est déjà la première minute et les fautes commencent déjà. Et alors le staff médical qui arrive, maintenant à voir ce qui s'est passé, mais ça m'a l'air peut-être grave, non, on va voir, on voit Thomas Tuchel, le coach de l'Angleterre.
Thomas Tuchel trying to make his point about the challenge, I think, from Declan Rice claiming that the player ducked in. It's always one of those, isn't it? Did he duck? Was it a high boot?
Et on va voir maintenant qui c'est le joueur mexicain au sol, mais j'arrive pas à voir pour l'instant.
Central midfielder, he's going to force his way into the Mexico midfield. Romo, he's been brilliantly scored
Il y a le
goals.
staff médical qui s'occupe bien de lui. Je sais pas ce qui se passe, mais il est bien au sol, il reste au sol. Et c'est Romo. Ah, c'est pas le jeune. Ah non, non, c'est un autre, ok. C'est Romo, le milieu de terrain, je crois, mexicain, qui est au sol, mais ça va, il arrive à se relever et c'est bon, il va bien. Et maintenant on va voir la composition du coup de l'Angleterre et du Mexique avec en Angleterre en gardien Pickford, en défense on a O'Reilly à gauche, Konsa à droite, Konsa et Gueye en défense centrale les deux. Au milieu de terrain on a Anderson et Rice en milieu défensif. Et en attaque on a Saka à droite, Gordon à gauche, Bellingham au milieu offensif et Kane en buteur. Tandis que chez le Mexique on a Rangel au goal, Gallardo à gauche et Sanchez à droite, Montes et Vasquez en défense centrale. Au milieu de terrain on a Romo, Lira et Mora, le jeune de 17 ans. Et en attaque, Quiñones à gauche, Alvarado à droite et Jiménez en buteur. L'équipe qui ne change pas. Hein. Et le Mexique maintenant qui remet ce ballon dans le rang central en défense. Ils vont essayer de faire déjà une occasion d'entrée de jeu. Sur le côté droit maintenant, Alvarado. Alvarado qui passe contre O'Reilly, Gordon, attention. Qu'est-ce qu'il peut faire maintenant? C'est récupéré par l'Angleterre en défense. Mais le Mexique qui presse et récupère ce ballon dans la surface. Mais faute sur Gordon, proche de la surface, c'est une faute de Sanchez. Et il essaie de récupérer la balle sur Gordon, mais il pousse Gordon. Et du coup, le petit coup qui va être par l'Angleterre. Et d'ailleurs, on a Kidic qui va bientôt arriver dans la botte. Parce que le dégagement, je veux pas qu'il... Ou à part Pickford maintenant. Attention, l'Angleterre qui récupère ce ballon. Maintenant c'est Konsa sur le côté droit pour Saka. Est-ce qu'il va obtenir ce ballon? Non, il sort
England's
Ça sera en touche pour le Mexique sur le côté droit.
Saka strolling the wrong side of the line from England's point of view.
La touche qui va être jouée maintenant.
But Andy, just to sum up from England's point of view, returning to
La
this
touche qui est
stadium
jouée
as
du
well.
Mexique et maintenant c'est un
holds so
long
many
dégagement
memories for them past, of course,
vers le rond
getting
central, mais
knocked
c'est
out of the
récupéré
World
par
Cup
l'Angleterre. Marguerite
in
maintenant
1986 by
pour Saka, mais ça
Argentina.
ressort en
Took the
touche
pass
encore.
by Diego
Saka qui n'arrive pas à
Maradona, a
obtenir
goal
ce
that
ballon.
shouldn't have stood as well. Always talked about back in England.
Absolutely, and again for these players, any
Allez,
generation, of
sur le
course, of
côté
England players, they'll know the
gauche. Le
stories, they'll
Mexique en
know about
défense avec
1986,
le
the hand of
gardien.
God, that incredible goal of the century
Pour
from
l'instant, il
Maradona.
reste en
But
défense,
it's
il n'y
about
a pas
writing your own history
trop
now for these
d'occasion
England
pour
players as
l'instant.
well. That's past, that's gone. Can they kind of change England's history in this stadium?
Chance for someone to make themselves a hero. The most popular chain of bakeries in England
Allez,
actually took their Mexican
Mora
baguettes
maintenant
off
qui
sale
remet le ballon en
yesterday.
défense avec Vasquez.
Just trying to appease
Je
the
prends la feuille de
locals.
compliment. Hop. Allez, sur le côté droit maintenant, le Mexique avec c'est Alvaro, je crois.
Always pops
Et
up
ça
all
revient
over
en
the
défense
field.
avec Gallardo pour Vasquez,
to the left
Vasquez
this
pour
time.
I think that's a big difference in
Montes.
you look at the sides, they're wide midfielders, the wide players
Et encore,
for England,
attention.
Saka and Gordon, they'll maintain
Mexique
the
qui
width.
avance dans l'axe.
Alvarado,
La passe
Quiñones,
sur le
they'll
côté
drift
droit, mais c'est
infield
défendu
into
par
pockets of space.
Angleterre, par Marguerite. Maintenant, ça peut faire une contre-attaque pour l'Angleterre.
Alvarado,
Bellingham qui perd ce ballon par
being
tous les
made
Mexicains
forward there by
qui le
Gilberto
pressent. Et
Mora,
c'est...
the
Oh, attention,
17-year-old
Kane qui
starlet
pousse
of this
encore le
Mexico
Mexicain.
side.
Le
England's
Mexique
free kick
fait
for a
perdre
foul
du
on
temps, enfin
Bellingham.
gagner du temps. Et
What's this all
faute
about?
maintenant, je crois, d'Harry Kane.
Kane trying to get the ball back here to get on with things, and the referee looking to try and diffuse matters.
Yeah, the free kick was given. I think Lira just held on to the ball. Harry Kane looking to get on the ball, get England moving forward.
L'arbitre
Just threw
qui
himself
par
to
la
the ground. I'm not sure there's
joueur
anything too
mexicain.
sinister in that.
Donc c'est un joueur mexicain qui tire le maillot de Bellingham,
Once again, in
qui
front of
lui
us,
met d'ailleurs
Thomas
maintenant.
Tuchel, the England
Qui
head
essaie de
coach,
mettre un
making his
pied.
feelings known to the
Et
fourth
après
official. It was a
Kane
pull of the
qui
shirt
quand le
by
joueur
Lira
mexicain
on
attrape
Bellingham.
le
The
ballon avec
referee
la main, qui
had
met
the
un...
perfect view.
qui
Yeah,
pousse
it's a clear foul. He
le
just
joueur
grabs hold of the
mexicain.
ball, and Kane, looking to get the ball off him. It's a bit of silliness, really.
So Mark Gehi stands over this free kick here for England.
Il
Now flattered to
comprend
receive
qu'il va être joué par
the most
l'Angleterre.
part in this tournament so far for their fans watching at home. Wins, yes, but by no means convincing for the most part.
Yeah, but I do feel they have that attacking potential, certainly with Harry Kane. Just defensively, they need to be a lot more solid than we've seen so far.
England is irking the locals here. Will and won't work for you. It's back here with Pickford. Mystery concept. To Gehi of Manchester City. Club teammate Nico O'Reilly.
Allez, le ballon en défense avec l'Angleterre maintenant. Pickford pour Marguerite. Ouais, Kansa maintenant sur le côté droit. On
Well, so
défense
many
toujours ça.
experts speaking about the altitude here, as they have done ahead of every match inside this stadium, but so much talk, particularly for England, whether it's better to come and acclimatise 2 or 3 weeks before. Of course, England didn't have that luxury, but they did take the opportunity to train at the home of Pumas, just down the road from here yesterday.
Allez, Gay pour Nico O'Reilly qui... Le Mexicain essaie de récupérer le ballon, mais attention maintenant, ils avancent.
O'Reilly,
L'Angleterre sur le côté droit maintenant. Gordon,
Bellingham
qu'est-ce qu'il
easing
va faire
away.
Gordon? Sur le côté gauche, il
First
essaie
chance
d'avancer,
for
mais
the
ça
England
sera un
star to
corner
get
pour
forward. Here's
l'Angleterre.
Gordon. He's just joined Barcelona.
Et il se fait défendre par
Sanchez, and the
Sanchez,
game's
il n'y a
first
pas
corner
faute.
is for the away side.
Yeah, positive play
Ce
from
sont en
England,
corner.
patient in possession. They get the ball into Jude Bellingham. He's had a really strong start to the game. He turns a couple of the Mexican midfielders, and then England are breaking forward, and they force this set piece.
Hard to just explain to you,
Le
wherever you're
corner qui
watching
est
tonight,
fait.
just how loud and intense the atmosphere here is inside this stadium. I don't think
Rice qui
television
va
can
tirer ce corner.
often
Est-ce
do
qu'il va faire la
justice.
passe à Saka
But this place is absolutely
on va voir.
deafening.
Yeah, I've played and watched around the world, and the Azteca is the most extraordinary stadium I've ever been into. And certainly watched the game in. The atmosphere is extraordinary.
Referee has sorted out 1 or 2 players pushing and
Et
pulling
allez, le
inside the
corner qui est joué
box.
court avec Saka sur le côté gauche.
England's
Saka le
corner
centre dans la
will be taken here
surface
by
et
Declan Rice.
ça va
into
beaucoup trop loin, ça
Bukayo
sera en
Saka.
touche.
Saka centres, but past everyone. And picked up on the other side by the adventurous left back, Jesus Gallardo, who will accept the throw. Quiñones, very much the danger man in this Mexico side with his raw pace and running down that left-hand side. A right back issue that has been a problem for England throughout this tournament because of injury.
Yeah, with Quinones we saw that pace and finishing power that he has against Ecuador. When they were caught high up the pitch, Ecuador, England have the guard against that. They might enjoy possession, commit bodies forward. Just watch out for the counter-attack with Quinones in particular.
Rice. Konsa. Gehi. Konsa. Rice. England starting to dominate the ball here now.
Allez, sur le côté gauche maintenant, Gordon qui avance, qui rentre dans l'axe, mais c'est rendu Nico O'Reilly qui la remet en défense maintenant avec Gay pour Anderson sur le côté droit maintenant, comme ça, qui a failli perdre ce ballon par un Mexicain, il est mis au sol. Pas de faute. Et le ballon dans le rond central pour l'instant. C'est Nico O'Reilly pour Gordon sur le côté gauche. Gordon attend sur une belle passe peut-être, mais pour Bellingham, mais c'est gardé par le Mexique. Et ça sort au 152 pour Angleterre.
Chalk and cheese with today. Another 5 times that crowd inside this stadium. It's an England throw.
O'Reilly qui va jouer cette touche.
It was actually really good work from Jude Bellingham there because he got close to Lira without fouling him.
Et la touche qui est tellement ratée qu'il sort encore qui sort 6 mètres quand même. J'ai rien compris à ce qui s'est passé, mais bon, ok. Et on voit Infantino sur les tribunes, dans les tribunes. Et le teammate qui va jouer par le gardien. Et c'est joué maintenant du Mexique qui va tenter d'avancer. Et c'est bien pressé par les Anglais, mais ça reste dans les pieds mexicains. Maintenant sur le côté gauche, attention, Moura. Encore sur le côté gauche, Quinones. On lui repasse et c'est défendu par l'Angleterre et c'est rendu par Nico O'Reilly, mais encore perdu et c'est le Mexique maintenant en défense dans le rond central. Et il cherche quelque chose à faire. Allez, Moura qui avance dans l'axe. Moura, attention, maintenant ça avance dans l'axe, c'est gardé par le Mexique, attention avec Alvarado. C'est de retour en défense, une passe en entrée. Mexique pour l'instant qui veut rester défensif, qui veut je pense garder cette possession. Ils avancent pas énormément. Mais maintenant c'est rendu à l'Angleterre et c'est maintenant Pickford qui récupère ce ballon. Maintenant sur le côté en défense pardon. Qui reste en défense pour l'Angleterre. Ce match est surtout sur la possession en défense. O'Reilly pour Bellingham maintenant sur le côté droit. O'Reilly qui la remet à Pickford.
It'll help him, it'll certainly help his teammates as well because he can pass on first-hand experience of playing against all these England players.
Certainly had the better of Jordan Pickford over the years while playing in the Premier League for Fulham and Wolves. Scored in his first 5 games when facing him for Everton.
attention, Mexique sur le côté droit maintenant. Le centre dans la surface, la tête et oh, quel arrêt de Pickford. Oh là là, wow. La main de Pickford qui avait arrêté bien cette tête, exceptionnelle. Oh là là. Ça va être un du corner pour le Mexique. Beau centre dans la surface, belle tête de Pickford. D'ailleurs, entre-temps, on a aussi une occasion totalement rapide de Saka. Qui ira bien son match pour l'instant. Le corner qui va être tiré, Alvarado le corner tiré, c'est défendu par l'Angleterre et ça ressort en corner.
Well, just going back to that Pickford save, I think from that type of header, he's maybe expecting to make a save with his right hand. So his positioning's all important. He's making a save at his near post, slightly unexpected, but he was ready for it.
Allez, corner retiré encore. C'est défendu par l'Angleterre et cette fois-ci, ça retourne au défense.
To a similar area, Kane with the header away and an emphatic one as well. Mexico happy to come back and reset here.
Well, we know that Raul Jimenez is a vastly experienced centre forward. I think we saw that experience with his movement. As soon as Alvarado kind of made it obvious he was going to deliver, Jimenez is just on the move in between defenders. He's always going to get to the ball first, and that's an experienced striker's movement.
Quinones onside here, but the ball has plenty on it, and too much. But the ball will travel at pace. We've seen that in the altitude here already. I said earlier it's the world's 7th highest city. But for you, Andy, have you seen the altitude play out with the teams that have visited here so far? Not necessarily, no. It's our 4th visit to the Mexico City Stadium, and no side has looked really laboured or tired. We've seen European sides come here as well, checking for one. And no, I just think they're outplayed by Mexico. The atmosphere, I think that the crowd and the noise certainly affects it. But I haven't seen a team really suffer physically yet. Quinones is losing.
La faute sur le Mexique.
Going down. Referee looking and eventually gives England a free kick. It's taken too quickly for the Australians' liking.
Yeah, the England team selection at right back has been a topic of conversation all week long. Kwanzaa has got the nod this evening, but he's got to be really aware of Quinones drifting infield. Gallardo, the left back, running beyond him. There's the opportunity for Jimenez. Great delivery from Alvarado. It's pacey. The striker's onto it. He probably feels he's scored when he heads it, but that is a really difficult save at his near post. As it bounces, strong arm to keep it out. It's great kind of anticipation from Jordan Pickford.
Perhaps the surprising thing is that Mexico's main striker and one of their country's legends in Raul Jimenez has already committed his future to play in the 2nd division of English football in the Championship next season. He agreed a deal to rejoin Wolverhampton Wanderers. He was praised heavily by Javier Aguirre in the Mexico press conference yesterday. Said he was the same person he was when he left Mexico. He's humble and has never been a diva. That's all anyone wants to hear about themselves, isn't it? Quinones. Mexico with space if they can work it. That they're doing so
Allez, le
far.
Mexique sur le côté gauche maintenant. Quinones. Qui envoie le ballon un peu rentré. Moura. Qui avance Moura, une belle passe. Moura qui rentre dans Moura entrée de surface. Le tir, c'est contre l'Angleterre, mais Quinones qui perd ce ballon sur le côté gauche. Par Deli,
Will bring it away, but for how long? Kane goes back and Kwanzaa will swing.
Et une faute maintenant.
Now, talked about the England team selection. I think the Mexico as well. We weren't sure whether Moura would start. Such a young man, but plays with such maturity.
The referee didn't like the act of dissent here from Cesar Montes, who threw his arm up in the air when that free kick was awarded against his side.
Un instant, faute du Mexique. Sur Bellingham.
Referees haven't been handing out yellow cards en masse in this tournament. They have tried to keep the cards in their pocket when they can.
He's maybe lucky not to be booked there because he's got no defence. He wraps an arm around Bellingham and it's an obvious foul. The referee's right to give the free kick.
That yellow card for Declan Rice earlier was only the 4th card within the opening minute of a World Cup match in history, and the first since actually Jesus Gallardo for Mexico against Sweden some 8 years ago. Gordon.
Et une occasion de centre de sur le côté gauche, le centre de Gordon, mais c'est défendu par le Mexique, ça va sortir en corner.
It's another England corner.
Yeah, I think it strikes the arm at Lira, but he's sliding. The arm is supporting his body, so it's never going to be handball.
Interpretations of the handball law differ widely across the globe. There is a certain leniency here at the World Cup, which I think everyone appreciates.
It's good work there from Anthony Gordon. He's got Jorge Sanchez kind of guessing, I'm going to go infield, I'm going to take you down the line. He just mixed up his attacking game, and for a fullback, you don't want that.
England's second corner. Rice will put it in long this time. The run there from Gehi. Mexico defending strongly so far, as they have done throughout this tournament up until now. Could be the second team at the World Cup to keep a clean sheet in their first 5 matches. That's since Italy when they hosted in 1990. They ended up finishing in 3rd place.
De retour,
Mexico never got beyond the quarterfinals.
As you mentioned there, Mexico, Raul Rangel, their goalkeeper, yet to concede a goal. He's made a couple of really important saves, but he's not been overworked. He's been so well protected by the back four and the team in front of him.
I think Thomas Tuchel not happy there, because that's the second time they've had a throw in that position that's gone straight out of play for a goal kick. He actually said in his press conference yesterday, don't lose your head.
Le Mexique maintenant en défense, mais un long dégagement contré par l'Angleterre. Il y a toujours Bellingham, oh les beaux dribbles de Bellingham, qui le Mexique récupère ce ballon malheureusement.
Manchester City for a whopping £116 million. Mora, haven't seen too much of him just yet.
That's good work from Lira there. He's there to screen Jude Bellingham when England have the ball, looking to get their star attacking midfielders heavily involved. So Lira will just try and screen and pinch the ball off him.
Et le Mexique qui perd ce ballon. Et là, tu remarques faute sur un joueur mexicain.
The reverse there, looking for Jimenez, the referee getting in the way and is obliged to stop the game as much as England wanted to continue there. And now we pause for the first hydration break. Nothing between the sides so far. Goalless here at Mexico City Stadium.
Et c'est la pause fraîcheur maintenant.
Going. Mexico the same, but no breakthrough for either side. The hosts, have come closest through Raul Jimenez. Well, welcome chance for Mexico and England to get some fluids on board here in what has been a fiery atmosphere so far as the rain continues to trickle down here in Mexico City. What have you made of it, Andy Hinchcliffe?
Well, I think the opening quarter of the game, I'm probably expecting the whole game to be like this, to be a really close contest with maybe one or two opportunities. Jimenez had that chance, great ball in from Alvarado, great header really from Jimenez. Just Jordan Pickford was equal to it, so expect a tight contest. It's just who can be clinical, who can take those one or two chances that come along, because I think there's going to be precious few in the course of the game.
You see just the traditions that remain at this stadium as well, with the 2 dugouts at eye level for those sat on the bench. Really is old school, even though it has been done up over the last couple of years to host this magnificent tournament as it has been so far. And Andy, we were trying to put it into words yesterday when we were chatting over dinner, just how different it is to play in each of the host nations' own stadiums. USA still going in the tournament, Canada knocked out by Morocco, but here in Mexico it feels something different.
Yeah, there's certainly extra pressure there for the host, because again, they've got so many more fans behind them at every single game, so that the pressure is on for them. That's why I've been so impressed with Mexico. And of course, if you win that first game, you get a good start, it can kind of lead to better and better things, but it's not easy when the expectation game by game grows, and Mexico certainly had that. But you just get the feel with Mexico, it's not just a team, it's kind of a city, it's a country that have united behind their football team, and their players are really kind of relishing that. They're not being beaten down by it, they're enjoying the expectation.
And they've had all 3 attempts on goal in this game so far. England's yet to test Raul Rangel in any shape or form.
Les Mexicains sur la pelouse. Wow.
But Thomas Tuchel really getting into his England players here. Probably the like of which we haven't seen too much of so far at this World Cup. We've seen Mexico done and dusted with their hydration break here, but England using the minutes to the full.
Yeah, of course, Thomas Tuchel, Javier Aguirre, they'll get their message across to the players, then it's down to the players. It's very difficult to make yourself heard here, so you can't really coach from the sidelines. The players have to carry out the coach's instructions. It's down to them now.
Javier Aguirre, such a likeable character. Really enjoyed listening to him throughout the tournament. His third spell in charge of Mexico. Third World Cup for him as well. 2002, where they reached the round of 16, losing to the USA.
Et le match qui a repris le tir de Gordon.
Wow.
Pas vu le tir de Gordon, mais
Gordon going for goal. England's first
c'est
attempt.
arrêté par le gardien qui a un peu tout
From a narrow angle, it was always
Ouais,
going to have to be
un beau
something
dribble
special.
magnifique
That
de
it
Gordon,
wasn't from the
il tire,
Barcelona
ça
winger.
va très
Well, we
bien.
all started with a brilliant forward ball from Jordan Pickford. It turned Mexico around, get in behind Sanchez. I don't think Mexico are happy. They feel the ball went out of play. Clearly that decision wasn't made, so you just play on, but it's not the cleanest strike. It's not that powerful. It's not going to beat a goalkeeper like Rangel from there.
Well, Jimenez was struggling to get to the ball there and felt his only way was having a bit of a pull there on Conte's shirt. England free kick, which Gay is trying to steal a few yards over here. Is ordered back by this vastly
Et le
experienced
ballon en
referee.
défense avec comme ça, pas comme ça.
Yeah, but it's probably the match stats that you would have expected with Mexico on the front
Et
foot,
attention,
having
la
that
belle, le beau.
excellent opportunity with
la belle passe pour
Jimenez,
Gordon,
but I think for England it's not necessarily about creating chances going forward. It's being defensively solid, not conceding in the early part of the game. They've done that pretty well.
You can see by the look on some of the England players' faces just what kind of a situation and atmosphere they're in here. Anderson caught on the ball. Flick header there by Lira. Kwanzaa to Rice.
Yeah, it's interesting watching Kwanzaa. Every time Quinones drifts in field, Kwanzaa is tracking all the way in. He's not passing him on. It's his man. He's staying with him.
Rice.
Kane
On va
gets a
dire
bit fortunate.
Declan Rice maintenant la passe
Rice.
entre Bellingham qui tombe au sol et le Mexique qui récupère, c'est pas faute, contre-attaque maintenant Mora
Bellingham
pour le Mexique, Alvarado
Country behind, but fairly, and Bellingham stays
c'est plus
on his backside appealing, but the referee not interested.
peut-être une attaque quand même,
Sanchez.
avec le Mexique qui
Mora.
tente. Elle est dans l'axe Mexique, belle ouverture.
Rice
et
herring after the ball here, but Alvarado has the composure and the
Et
vision.
oh, le dribble de Bellingham récupéré par le Mexique. Maintenant contre-attaque à 100% sur le côté droit.
And the
Sanchez.
poise.
Sanchez sur.
Not the right decision. Mora wasn't quite on the same wavelength there as Jorge Sanchez, who was making the run in good faith.
Jude Bellingham there just overdoes it. It's a brilliant piece of work initially. Drops back, he helps out defensively. He just needs to get his head up and pass the ball.
Mexican actor Sebastian Rulli watching on. Players not afraid to get stuck in from both sides
Et
in this
l'arbitre qui
game.
siffle maintenant une faute de Lira, joueur
The
mexicain.
referee coming over here to have a word with Eric Lira, who was giving some lip to his fourth official
Alors on va voir ce qui s'est
from
passé.
Morocco, Jalal Jayed.
Et
It was
non,
one of those
c'est
tackles
Sanchez
there that
qui fait une
fullbacks
faute sur
love. It's an
Bellingham. Il
opportunity
frappe
to win the ball
Bellingham.
and also leave a little bit on Jude Bellingham, which is exactly what Sanchez does. It's a good challenge. It's not a foul, just really aggressive.
Sanchez with the throw, back to Montes. It is a pretty chilly evening here in Mexico City. Those who
Et
left home
attention,
without
le
a jacket
pour
or
le
a
Mexique sur
jumper,
le côté gauche, mais ça n'arrête pas par la
feeling it
défense
now,
anglaise. Saka
self
maintenant.
included.
Saka qui perd ce ballon encore. Saka qui fait le pire match de sa vie.
Saka.
Saka qui revient de blessure, il est nul à chier.
Slipping and sliding and unable to keep his feet.
Saka t'es haché.
Quinones with the quick throw. Mexico understandably looking the more relaxed and composed of the two sides here. Thomas Tuchel, the England head coach, spoke about getting through the first 15 or 20 minutes and then seeing how things went. Well, they've reached the half-hour mark.
Il y a de la passe dans la surface, mais c'est récupéré par l'Angleterre. Bonne récupération comme ça.
In low, Ponce with an unconventional clearance. Quinones couldn't bring it down. Rice couldn't keep it in play.
Quinones qui garde ce ballon.
Quinones.
Quinones.
The top scorer in the Saudi Pro League in the season just gone. A phenomenal campaign. 23 goals in his 31 league appearances.
De retour en défense, ce ballon. C'est Montes, pardon, c'est pas Marquez, c'est Montes.
Montes to Vasquez.
Et il attend, ça reste. Oh, attention maintenant. Sanchez sur le côté droit qui tente de dribbler, qui remet cette passe en défense encore. Wow.
Sanchez. Montes. Vasquez. Something building here slowly for Mexico. Mora losing it in the end. Rice again dropping into that back line to help out. Looking for Kane, who has barely had a touch in the game so far of significance. Quinones. Romo urged to shoot and does. Never in control of it and sends it into those England fans positioned behind the goal.
That's just too tempting. The ball is running across his body. You're trying to wrap your instep around it, keep it down, get the power, keep it on target. It's not an easy skill. He's never really set to strike it. A good period of possession there, pace of possession from Mexico, just moving England around.
Bellingham. Gordon.
Oh, attention, une faute. Wow.
Lira challenged from behind there by Gordon. The referee looked like he saw it as a foul there and seemed to be playing the advantage, but wags his finger. Here's O'Reilly. He's really flourished at Manchester City this season in this position, though started his career much further forward.
Yeah, the referee so far has handled the game brilliantly. You know, he's made strong decisions, he's not taking any prisoners. You know, he's laying down the law. I think he's allowing certain strong challenges to go as well, because he knows the nature of the game, so you can't be stopping and starting the game. Every time a challenge goes in, he's judging them on its merits. I think he's making the right decision time and time again.
Yeah, I said he was experienced. He officiates in the A-League in Australia at the moment, but he was actually born in Iran and officiated there as well as Indonesia before making it to Australia.
Comme ça pour Saka, mais qui rate son dribble. Récupération du Mexique maintenant. Belle contre-attaque. Quinones sur le côté gauche, attention, qui est pressé par Kwanza, qui la remet en retrait. C'est plus de la mer. Hein.
Mexico having a big period of possession here inside the England half.
Allez, Sanchez sur le côté droit. Attention, Romo.
Alvarado.
Sanchez. Ouais, il rate son dribble, mais c'est récupéré par Alvarado.
Sanchez. O'Reilly gets a foot in. Alvarado, so graceful on the ball. Lira. The metronome in front of the Mexico backline. Vasquez, Montes. Two centre-halves play in Europe. Vasquez at Genoa in northern Italy. Cesar Montes with Lokomotiv Moscow in Russia.
Oh, attention, le tir à la passe.
Vasquez stepping well forward here into a position to cross towards Jimenez.
Yeah, it's a poor ball in, but it's a worrying England defensive perspective there. Just allowed to travel with the ball, choose when he wants to play the ball into the box. England need to engage, need to close down, stop those crosses.
Well, the England fans away to our right-hand side trying to make themselves heard, but as much as they sing and chant, the Mexicans boo and whistle back.
Plus sa mère leur football, plus sa grand-mère.
Romo, Lira, Romo.
Allez sur le côté droit maintenant, le Mexique. Quinones sur le côté gauche, la passe. Maintenant Quiñones maintenant. Attention dans la surface, le Mexique peut-être. Non, l'entrée de surface, il
Gallardo,
ressort.
Quiñones,
Putain, mais ils
who
remettent
can
ce
hit
ballon
them
en
from all over.
défense.
Romo.
Ouais, s'ils étaient dans la surface, ils ont même pas, ils ont rien fait. Ils ont
So much expectation anytime anyone in a Mexico
Sanchez
shirt
sur le
picks the
côté
ball up
droit
inside
pour,
the England final
Neymar.
third.
Alvarado, pardon. Sanchez sur le côté droit encore. Proche de la surface, je préviens.
Alvarado.
Alvarado maintenant encore.
Sanchez.
Pour Sanchez, qui la remet en défense complète. Waouh. Le ballon
Alvarado.
qui retourne dans le ressort.
Sanchez.
La longue
Vasquez.
passe dans la surface. C'est récupéré par.
It's a long high ball towards Jimenez, who was stretching and reaching and trying to get a stud on it. He
sur
just
Rice sur le
couldn't
côté
quite do
droit
it in the
plutôt.
end. But it's England who stretch their legs now with Rice.
Saka.
Saka.
Saka le centre dans la
So he's
surface.
really
La tête, le
able to
but.
do damage.
Et c'est le but de Jude Bellingham.
Coming in.
Oh là 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 là.
England lead
Quelle
in the
tête de
second.
Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham. He's the first man to silence a Mexican crowd this summer. And isn't he enjoying it?
The first goal that Mexico have conceded, and it's an absolute beauty from an English perspective.
Ouais,
It
quand
may
ils
have been against it at one
le
end,
remettent en
but it
défense,
all
après
starts with Declan Rice. He picks up the ball and he drives forward and he supplies Saka really early.
Saka sur le côté
So then you've
droit.
got that isolation with wide player against fullback, exactly where Saka
Il
wants
met
to be.
un centre,
And
il
Jude
rentre dans la
Bellingham
surface, il met un centre,
attacking
la
midfielders
tête
in
de
this competition
Bellingham.
are causing so many problems. He's not up with Kane, he's supporting Kane, then he runs beyond him. He's just waiting and waiting for the cross to be delivered. Then he makes his run. That run's not been tracked. And for Bellingham, that is a pretty simple finish, but it's a wonderfully created goal from an English perspective.
Jude Bellingham with his third goal of the World Cup. A diving header at the far post to send about 4,000 or 5,000 England fans at the other end of the stadium into absolute delirium. And now, for the first time, Mexico
Attention, récupération de l'Angleterre. Attention, ça tombe. Attention, Bellingham. Bellingham. La passe. Kane dans le tir. La passe. Bellingham. Et c'est le doublé Bellingham. C'est quoi ce bordel? C'est l'exceptionnel. Doublé de Bellingham. What? C'est quoi ça? Ok, pardon. Pardon à l'Angleterre, je m'excuse. Je suis désolé pour ce que j'ai dit sur vous. Je pensais que le Mexique allait gagner 1-0. Je m'excuse, ok? Je m'excuse. Voilà, je porte mes excuses auprès de vous. Je vous dis, je suis désolé. Je vais me faire enculer. Voilà, je suis désolé. Voilà. C'est dingue. 2-0, Bellingham. Bellingham.
And the ball is won. Look at the aggression here to win the ball back. Not one but two England players. They get the ball back, they flood forward. Once again, look at Bellingham's movement. He plays it to Kane. Kane knows he's not going to shoot. He pulls the ball back, hoping that Bellingham has made that supportive run, which he has. It's another brilliant goal from England. How they won the ball back, and then, you know, breaking forward, players understanding what each other are looking to do. Kane and Bellingham combining. It's a long way back for Mexico now.
Well, it was the first time that Mexico had gone behind at this stadium in a World Cup match in their history. Now they have to come back from two, thanks to this man. What a career he is having so far for both club and country, doing it on the biggest stages. It is club football, of course, at the Santiago Bernabeu in the Spanish capital.
Oh là, ça retourne en défense. Ils étaient presque dans la surface, ça retourne en défense.
Yeah, Bellingham's such a talented player, can play in virtually any midfield position, but those runs from a kind of a deep line midfield position cause problems for so many opponents, and they certainly have with his two goals here.
99 secondes entre.
Just 99 seconds between the two goals. And this place has really been quietened down now. And those England fans behind the goal away to our right, where they're mostly banked in two sections, low down and high up in the gods, are trying to make their voices felt.
Just a word on the unselfishness of Harry Kane as well. Looking to maybe get the golden boot for the tournament. Could easily have shot from that angle, but he did the right thing. He pulled the ball back for the onrushing Bellingham. So again, Harry Kane showing what a selfless team player is. It's not all about him being the hero, scoring the goals. It's England scoring goals.
For Bellingham, that's now 6 goals in his last 9 games for club and country. He's ending 25-26 with a flourish. Alvarado with the free kick. Out by Kane. Bellingham isn't too much of a hat-trick merchant, but he is closing in on one here and a World Cup finals.
Yeah, that second goal conceded from Mexico is a hammer blow. They've got to be very careful here. If they get a little too excited to go chasing the next goal in the game, England on the counter-attack could punish them. If England go 3-0 up, it's game over.
He's had braces plenty of times before, Jude Bellingham, but has never got a hat-trick in his senior career. Made his debut when he was just 16 years old, playing for Birmingham City. Free kick Mexico. They have had plenty of set-piece opportunities so far. They need to find some quality. They need something before half-time. Incredibly, before today, Mexico had faced 6 shots on target.
Ok, c'est bon, je suis de retour dans le match. Quoi, but? Oh, but du Mexique! But de Quiñones. What the fuck? Mais c'est quoi ce bordel?
Now along with Luis Hernandez back in 1998, he's got 4 goals in the World Cup, and Mexico have a lifeline.
Well, what a response from Mexico, an emphatic finish, but it's the free kick, the delivery, the angle.
What the fuck? Ah oui, un
That
coup
causes all the problems. England can't deal with it defensively. Breaks kindly.
C'est un tir de
And he
Quiñones
absolutely
sur un
smashes it
coup
home. He never really looked like missing. You know, they
What
don't go
the
too
fuck? Mais
early,
c'est
the
quoi
Mexican
ça,
players are all
40?
onside, but it's where that ball's delivered into. Pickford can't come and deal with it. You know, it's not a convincing clearance from Conte
Quel
because he's
match,
facing his own
42e
goal.
Quiñones.
And Quiñones, again, he's got to keep, you know, he's calm, he's got to be composed. He absolutely buries it. Game on.
Quiñones says, have some of that, England. There
Wow.
was no stopping it for Pickford. Quiñones after this one as well. Can Mexico hit back with 2 quick goals? Well, they've got a corner.
Yeah, but England will be so disappointed. Gave away a cheap free kick that led to that goal back for Mexico.
Wow.
You know, it's an avoidable.
Choquer,
Don't
hein,
make silly challenges and
2-1,
encourage Mexico on.
43e, 36e, il y avait 0-0, 43e, il y a 2-1.
Well, the corner was given, but it has subsequently been reversed here. Well, so it seemed at least, anyway. It's gone for a throw.
Et pour l'instant, le Mexique qui tente encore de faire une recase. Ouais, attention sur le côté droit. Le Mexique, c'est perdu par le. Ah, c'est encore sur le côté droit le Mexique, mais c'est perdu et ça sort encore. Corner pour.
Sanchez and O'Reilly going shoulder to shoulder. It's the Englishman that wins through.
Yeah, Thomas Tuchel, of course, be disappointed to have conceded, but I'm sure if he'd offered the England coach this scoreline at this stage of the first half, he'd have taken it.
Et là, non, c'est un 6 mètres, pardon.
Jordan Pickford just trying to buy his side a little bit of time here. No playing out. This is going to be an old-fashioned lump it long, like Peter Shilton might have done here back in 1986. Just about the most aggrieved man. What happened with Diego Maradona would never forgive him.
Pour Kwanza, Qui en est en défense. Ouais,
so
comme ça,
far.
le long dégagement. Attention, Gordon, côté de surface. Le centre pour Bellingham, extérieur de la surface. Il fait une retourne. Le but! La retourne de Bellingham, extérieur de surface! What? Non, c'est une blague. Par contre, le Mexique, attention, là, par contre, il peut vraiment avancer sur le côté droit. Attention. Le Mexique Alvarado, le centre dans la surface. C'est perdu, c'est récupéré par l'Angleterre.
Oh, it's Quiñones coming round the back. Quansah gets it to safety.
Well, England give the ball away cheaply, and then they're really struggling for defensive numbers. They've got to guard against that. Play the ball into midfield halfway line. It's a poor pass. It's picked up, and then they're in trouble.
Allez, Gallardo, le centre dans la surface, la tête. Par les ogles. Alvarado encore sur le côté droit.
Jimenez double marks there. Alvarado
Sort en touche pour le Mexique.
showed a little bit too much of it there to Anderson. Mexico have the throw.
Et la passe, la montée dans la surface, mais c'est perdu et ça retourne en défense mexicaine. Et 5 minutes de temps additionnel.
Lira.
Quoi? Oh!
Here's the little chief. Caution for Jimenez.
Quoi? Ah, le tir de Jiménez, what, dans la surface juste à côté. Oh, wow. Oh, juste à côté. Hein.
Quansah lays the ball back to Jimenez, but he pulls it, he scuffs it. It's a golden chance for an equaliser, and he knows it.
They love him in this place. His face is all over the city, on billboards, on packs of paper, everywhere in the supermarkets. He is Mexico.
Alors c'est plus 5 minutes de temps additionnel. Hop.
His side
On
have
revoit
something to go off here.
Yeah, Gary, be so disappointed with the man of the
il va
England goals.
en lieu quart, hein, quand
All you
même.
can ask for your team is, can you get that goal back maybe before
Ah ouais.
half-time? 2-1 and you're right back in it, and they've done that.
Well, he scored twice in his first 5 caps, Julian Quiñones. That's his 4th in 21 caps since then. Here's the mass momentum of the game so far, just showing how much dominance Mexico have had.
Yeah, of course, the peaks are going to be
Par l'Angleterre, c'est
the
perdu,
higher the
ça
peak, the higher the
pour
attacking
Mexique.
threat. So they've had plenty of the ball. They've pinned England back. They've had plenty of threat going forward. It's all about taking your chances. England at 2-0 have done that, but Mexico with that Quiñones goal there, they're right back in it.
Rapidly closing in on half-time here. Gallardo with hands on the back of Bukayo Saka.
Allez, sur le côté droit. Sanchez qui
Next thing
remet le
just comes
terrain.
through the back with maybe Ray Stubbs.
Le
That's
centre
what
dans la
Harry
surface,
Kane
la
would
tête.
do.
Oh! Oh, l'arrêt de Pickford!
Again looking for Jimenez. Oh, Pickford with another one.
Quel arrêt de Pickford!
The England goalkeeper
What, la tête!
is
Limite en
doing so
lucarne, oh
much
mon
for his
dieu!
side tonight. That was spectacular.
It's magnificent positioning and
Oh
reflexes.
là
There's
là
not
là
much
là
pace
là
on
là
that
là
ball.
là!
It's the first one that Jimenez attacked, so it's a bit more loopy from the striker. That said,